Coca-Cola is heating up in the Thai market, consumer has to wonder, where is Pepsi in all this? Since November last year, loyal Pepsi consumer find suddenly difficult to find their favorite drinks on the store shelves and in restaurants. And instead, a new brand called S-Cola by Serm Suk flooded the market, appearing virtually in every outlet. So the question is, what has happened? We bring in 4 industry experts today of the Thai cola market, Hanky, Steve, Shayla, and Andre, to discuss about its recent development. Hanky, we'll start with you today. Tell us a little bit about what's going on behind the scene that lead to this shakeup in the market.
Well, on November 1st, what happened is Pepsi ended its bottling and distribution partnership with Serm Suk. They've been partnered for 59 years. The next day, Serm Suk introduced its own cola brand, S-Cola. What is interesting here is that for a long time, Serm Suk used to be the exclusive distributor of Pepsi's wide range of products. So when this partnership ended, Pepsi suddenly found itself without a distribution network in the Thai carbonated market.
Okay, that's very interesting. Thank you, Hanky. Steve, can you tell us a little bit about the history of Serm Suk and the partnership between the two companies?
Serm Suk was established as a joint venture of Pepsi and Thai Beverage in 1952, and they have been official bottler and distributor of Pepsi Cola in Thailand market for 59 years. However, the alliance between Serm Suk and Pepsi went bad as Pepsi tried a hostile bid to take over Serm Suk, which failed. Pepsi holds the number one, occupying 48% of the market share ahead of its competitor Coke, which took 42% of the market. However, after the breakup of the two companies, Serm Suk announced they had occupied 19% of the cola market last month, pushing back Pepsi's share down to 15%. Let me make a brief introduction of the cola market. Cola market is composed of 3 parts: concentrate, bottler, and distributor. Concentrate companies take most part of the profit, while bottler and distributor take relatively small share of the profit. Serm Suk is not only a bottler but also a strong distributor whose network covers over 200,000 stores, restaurants, and vending machines. By launching their own brand S, now Serm Suk has completely vertically integrated production and marketing line. Let's look at cola market through microfluidic 5-process model. As suppliers such as carbonated water, phosphoric acid, sweetener producers are not concentrated or differentiated, their bargaining power is weak. Also, most retailers in Thailand is relatively small and end consumers' brand loyalty is strong, buyers' bargaining power is weak too. However, entrance is relatively easy for no switching cost, despite high marketing expenditure required to establish a brand. And threat of the substitute is strong, for there are many other drinks in the market such as energy drinks, soda, fruit juices. Finally, rivalry among existing firms is intense for competition between well-established brands.
Thank you, Steve. Andre, from the information provided by Steve, what is your assessment of Serm Suk's strength and challenges in this market?
Thanks, Mark. I think Serm Suk still have its own opportunities and challenges right now, so let's just do a SWOT analysis for it. For the strength part, they have been doing this bottling and distributing business in Thailand for 59 years, so they are full of experience in such area. In addition, they have a wide network of distributing, modern machineries, and production lines. I guess this is their core competence. Now we come to the opportunities that Serm Suk has. There's a huge potential market in Thailand. They have the biggest carbonated soft drink consumers in Southeast Asia, drinking on average 39.2 liters per year, and is more than 4 times the per capita consumption across Asian Pacific. The industry is historically dominated by Coca-Cola and Pepsi, with Pepsi struggling to ramp up its bottling and distributing networks after the fall-off with Serm Suk. This is an excellent opportunity for the company to gain market share on Pepsi. Although Serm Suk has all these strengths and opportunities, they still got some weaknesses. Its key product, S-Cola, hasn't yet established its own brand name, and although they have a good financial standing, it still pales in comparison to Coke and Pepsi. I think threats and challenges are also there. There's a potential retaliation response from Pepsi to regain market share, and possibly Coke after that. One of the major threats to us is the two giants will have interest in squeezing out the company via price war to retain the market to themselves. On the other hand, consumers become more health conscious, and more of them are now choosing non-carbonated drinks and juices over soda.
Thank you, Andre. 59 years is a long time of partnership. Hanky, what do you think is the reason that Pepsi chose Serm Suk in the first place and the reason that the two break up?
Well, see, Pepsi uses different distribution models to fit each location economic needs. In some locations, such as Russia, Pepsi uses bottling and its own distributing subsidiaries. However, in the case of Thai market, what Pepsi chooses is that they partner up with a local company to leverage its own knowledge of local distributions. And if you look at Serm Suk's ownership structures, Pepsi used to hold over 40% of the company's stake. Until 2010, when Pepsi failed at a hostile bid takeover attempt that soured the relationship. That's pretty bad. Okay, so looking beyond the hostile bid though, I mean, we can look at the old agreement structures between those two companies. As an exclusive bottler and the distributors, Serm Suk needs to run the business at a high cost and low profit margin, as it has to pay Pepsi company a high price for a cola concentrate, while Serm Suk and Pepsi Cola have split all general advertising and marketing expenses.
Well, we all agree that Pepsi makes a major mistake in handling its suppliers. But do you think from some sort of point of view, going against giants like Pepsi and Coke is such a good idea?
Well, see, the current circumstances, it poses a huge opportunity to Serm Suk. Okay, firstly, from the company perspective, Serm Suk has extensive experience in the cola industries. It has over 300,000 outlets in its distribution network. And in addition to that, it already has fixed assets, such as machineries and factories. So the additional cost of vertically integrating is low compared to the benefits of entering the high-profit cola market. And okay, looking from the competition side still, I mean, Pepsi used to be the leader in Thai cola market with over 40% of market share. The partnership breakup with Serm Suk, however, it means that it no longer has the access to its customers because Serm Suk was its main distributors before. Again, this really poses a great opportunity for Serm Suk to enter the market. Additionally, developing a distribution network for returnable bottle, which actually makes up the biggest market in Thailand, it takes a lot more time than a normal retail distribution network. So by some estimate, I would think that Pepsi would probably need 5 to 10 years to reestablish its distribution network. That is why I think Pepsi has decided to stop its returnable bottle model despite its popularity in its local market, and they end up having to stick to its disposable bottle model now. So, and finally, from the customer perspective, though, as an expert that's been monitoring the Thai market for quite some time, I noticed that the local customers, they're not particularly attached to a brand. I mean, if they go to the soda market, go to fast food stores, they would probably choose either Coca-Cola or Pepsi. But given the choice, I mean, if they happen to go to a restaurant and if there's no Pepsi or Coke, no Cola, I don't think they would protest, as in, not eating that store anymore just because they don't give them what they want. So this actually is a perfect place for Serm Suk to enter and introduce its local brand.
That's very interesting, Hanky. Thank you. We've actually conducted a field report and a taste test on the consumer in the Bangkok market. Let's hear from Jan in the Bangkok street and hear what the consumer have to say.
ขายข้าวแกงอาหารตามสั่งค่ะแล้วตอนนั้นระหว่างเป๊ปซี่กับเอสปัจจุบันเนี้ยค่ะอันไหนขายดีกว่ากันเป๊ปซี่แล้วถ้าเป็นโค้กเอสเป๊ปซี่ยี่ห้อไหนขายดีกว่ากันคะ3ยี่ห้อนี่เหรอคะถ้าเราขายเป๊ปซี่คุณก็ทานแต่ตอนนี้โค้กขายเพราะคนยังไม่ค่อยชินกับรสชาติแล้วบรรดาลูกค้าค่ะลูกค้านะคะถ้าสั่งเป๊ปซี่ไม่มีก็เอาเอสค่ะมากกว่าโค้กเหรอคะก็ถ้าเขาสั่งมาแล้วไม่บอกว่าเป็นเอสนะคะขอได้ค่ะจัดให้เจพูดถึงความรู้สึกส่วนตัวค่ะส่วนตัวนะคะชอบกินเป๊ปซี่ค่ะในเมื่อไม่มีเป๊ปซี่ก็ทานเอสนะแต่ถ้าโค้กเนี่ยมันจะหวานลูกค้าติดแบรนด์โค้กไม่มีก็ทานโค้กก็ได้อยากถามเรื่องการดื่มน้ำอัดลมอะค่ะทำไมพี่ถึงเลือกสั่งเอสโคล่าไม่สั่งพวกโค้กเป๊ปซี่ค่ะตอนนี้ก็ค่อนข้างป๊อปปูล่าควรต้องรู้จัก
ในด้านราคาของเอสอะค่ะดีนะก็เดี๋ยวว่าแบบถ้ามีเป๊ปซี่โค้กเอสให้เลือกดื่มปกติพี่ซื้อเครื่องดื่มที่ไหนคะก็คอมเมเนียนสโตร์ทั่วไปใน3ยี่ห้อนี้ค่ะโค้กเป๊ปซี่เอสที่เห็นโฆษณาแบรนด์ไหนเยอะที่สุดตอนนี้ก็เอสไม่ค่อยหวานพอดีพี่ทราบไหมคะว่าเอสเป็นน้ำอัดลมสัญชาติไทยเพิ่งทราบอยากรู้ว่าถ้าในร้านนี้มีเครื่องดื่มนอกเหนือจากเอสนะคะมีเอสเป๊ปซี่แล้วก็โค้กที่จะเลือกอะไรคะเลือกเอสครับเพราะว่าไม่ชอบหวานผสมเหล้าได้ผสมเหล้ามาเนี่ยแล้วปกติถ้าดื่มน้ำอารมณ์เฉยๆอะค่ะไม่ผสมเหล้าก็จะดื่ม
สวัสดีครับวันนี้ผมจะมาสำรวจผู้บริโภคน้ำดำทั้ง3ชนิดได้แก่เอสโค้กและเป๊ปซี่นะครับคราวนี้เราจะมาเทน้ำกันแบบไม่ให้เขาเห็นกันครับใน3ยี่ห้อเนี่ยครับคุณเห็นโฆษณายี่ห้อใดบ่อยมากที่สุดครับเอสครับเป๊ปซี่ค่ะโค้กค่ะโค้กนะครับสวัสดีครับเชิญทานเลยครับชอบยี่ห้อไหนมากที่สุดครับยี่ห้อที่2คำตอบก็คือโค้กครับรสชาติที่3รสชาติที่3คือนี่ครับเป๊ปซี่ทราบว่ารสชาติไหนถูกปากคุณรสชาติที่1ครับรสชาติที่1ครับรสชาติที่1คำตอบก็คือเอสนะครับ
That's a very insightful video. Sheila, based on the responses from the food store owner and the consumer in the Thai market, you think that Serm Suk strategy going to work out over the short term, and you think it's going to be sustainable over the long term?
We can agree that the Serm Suk strategy has produced results over the short run. In February 2013, after only 4 months of its S-collar, the company reported to have obtained 90% of the collar market share. Most of these shares come out of Pepsi's account, as the company struggles to rebuild its bottling and distribution network and play catch-up to Coke and now S-collar. I think it's very likely that by the end of this year, S-collar will be a prominent player in the collar market. Over the long term though, the Serm Suk strategy needs to evolve and rely less on the distribution network and more on the branding power of its product. What this means is that the Serm Suk needs to build up its brand name quickly. For instance, he needs to continue with its aggressive marketing campaign to build awareness, broaden its product portfolio by offering new carbonated and non-carbonated drinks to compete. The aim here is to build strong brand loyalty in a short period of time before Pepsi re-enters the market. The carbonated soft drinks market is expected to grow by 5% per annum. This growth rate is lower than other beverage markets due to the change in consumer behavior in preference of drinking water, mineral water, and other non-carbonated drinks. These products are now competing directly with the carbonated drinks. Therefore, Serm Suk needs to offer new products in these categories to capture the market growth opportunity. Finally, the distribution network will remain to be a core competency of Serm Suk. The company should continue to focus on increasing in distribution channels and expanding in the business of established customers, such as wholesale retailer and supermarkets and convenience stores.
Thank you very much for your recommendation, Sheila. We'll keep following the story and bring you more updates as they come. Thank you, Sheila, and all the industry experts that come here today to bring us all the insights. This is Mark from Bangkok News.